when you spend a lot of time in isolation, you get to ask yourself questions that majority of men and women never ask until they're like 30, 40, 50, 60 years old even. Like, why do I do what I do? Why is it that I haven't been able to get in shape? What's holding me back? Why have I struggled with this for so long? Why don't I believe I'm capable of doing it? Why can all these other people do it but not me? Thinking you're special, thinking you're different than everyone else. Maybe you've tried and failed 100 times, feel a bit disheartened that it's not for you. Maybe you quit on yourself because of all the times you've tried and failed and just feel so disheartened, man. Other times, you know, the right support, the network around you that believes in you, instead they speak negativity into your dreams and you just listen to them too much. So you're like, you know what, no, I'm going to listen to those guys who say I can't do this. So you stop what was important and what was valuable to you. But you still see the value and the importance in it, in transforming your health, in transforming your mind, in transforming your life. So it's always there in the background, nagging at you. Every single time you look in the mirror, you're like, damn, I know I got to get in shape. But you brush it off till tomorrow. Delay it. It's like, yeah, I got the future time, man. I can do it later. I can still eat this burger. I can still eat this processed crappy food. I can still drink this drink or watch this porn or, you know, do whatever was that stuff that kept destroying you because you think you have tomorrow. All of a sudden you wake up one day full of regret, realizing the time didn't wait for you to change. And you look in the mirror and you're full of this regret, hating yourself. You're like, man, and that pain finally gets real. Maybe you're starting to go through a divorce. Maybe your business falls apart. Or maybe mentally you're falling apart. You're noticing you're doing too much time doom scrolling, watching TV, just not investing in yourself at nighttime. Instead, you get home from work, quickly eat some food, or maybe get Uber Eats, sit in front of the TV with the missus, and drown out that voice inside your head that says you must change. And instead, you start distracting yourself with momentary pleasures. Go to bed feeling unfulfilled. Your mind's still racing. You can't figure out what's going on wrong with you. The problem is, man, God's been talking to you this entire time through your conscience, telling you, hey, man, you got to get off this beaten path you're on, the path that you know is not right for you. And I've been speaking to you, but you haven't been listening until what hits, man? That adversity. And it's coming for every single man, every single woman. It's at that point, guys, you can get off your sorry ass and make the changes necessary. Or you can let the other opportunity, that brief spark of desire to go. Let it slip through your hands again. Another year wasted. Another year of hating on yourself, man. Knowing you could be more, but doing nothing about it. I can't let you guys live like that, man. I can't, as someone who cares about you and loves you all, to say that that's good enough. No. Nothing will change until you say to yourself, where I'm at, what I'm doing is not good enough. And I must change because today matters. What I'm doing matters. My family matters. My legacy matters. My impact matters. My word to myself matters. And when it does matter and you place the value on today and everything that you do as if it does matter and it is important and you're not entitled to tomorrow's opportunity, then you start making the changes. Even if it's imperfect action, guys, you start taking it and you figure it out along the way. See, because you've tried and failed so many times, you're afraid of failing. Again, what happens if I fail again and you don't want to feel that pain? What if I told you that pain is a prerequisite to your purpose? You're supposed to go through the pain so you learn resilience, so you learn perseverance. If it was so easy, man, everyone would have it automatically, but it's not easy to develop this discipline, to develop these positive habits. But once you taste it, one time, push yourself past failure in the gym, wake up early, you know, read your Bible, doing things that not like tracking your food or eating healthy meal, like just small little changes, man. You do it that one time, it's uncomfortable. You do it repeatedly just for a couple of days. You start feeling this exhilaration that this is how life's supposed to be lived. You get this belief back in yourself that, hey, it wasn't so bad. And it's a hell of a lot better than hating myself, than looking in the mirror and not being proud of the person who I've created. Knowing that your family is looking at you the same way, man. They're not proud of you either if you're not showing up and giving 100%. That's a good thing. That should be a motivation for you. That you can be that excellent leader, that excellent role model, that excellent example for them. I mean, imagine if they're following you right now. Men, I'm talking to you. They're following you right now in your example now. And if you're showing up every single day at a job, pushing, trying your best in that, that's a great, noble thing. There's no shame in providing for your family. But you got to unlock that next level and realize that providing for your family, guys, has to be in all ways. It's not just financially. It's in your faith. It's how you're leading in your faith. How are you praying and stewarding your family in that area. It's your health, your mental health, your spiritual health, your physical health. How are you setting the example for them and teaching them in that area through your example and also physically guiding them? If you're coming up short in these areas, guys, if you're really honest, that brutal honesty is what's going to breed the accountability to change. But if you run from the accountability, that regret is going to burden you forever. You'll have the pain coming later in life through the consequences your lack of leadership had on your wife and kids, that lack of self-leadership had on yourself. Yeah, I coach this personal development stuff, guys. But I always say to everyone who comes on my program, I want you to get off my program as soon as possible. I'm not trying to be a babysitter. I'm trying to make you guys self-lead. I'm trying to set you up with the tools, the habits that you can keep consistent for the rest of your life. The fundamentals, the principles that stand the test of time, that get you in shape and keep you in shape, mind, body, and soul. That's the fat loss transformation you guys need to do, is get rid of everything that's causing you regret. All those negative thoughts, all that self-doubt, all that self-pity. Replace it with discipline, confidence, belief, self-worth, faith, perseverance, intensity, integrity, honor, self-respect. Cherishing the life that you have been blessed with. Cherishing the opportunity of right now you've been blessed with to make changes. And if you fail in the process, man, so what? So what? You're not dead yet, so get back up and learn. Try again. It's the awareness, guys, that everyone's lacking. But when you have the time to sit in isolation and solitude, reflect, pray, journal, ask yourself the questions of why did I fail? How can I get better? And then look for the improvements and don't settle until you improve. Be willing to fail, be willing to suffer. That's what creates the demand, the desire for more. If you guys aren't willing to pay that price of failure, of fear, of embarrassment, then man, stay where you're at. Stay where you're at. Keep on hating on the life that you've been blessed with. Watch it fall apart before your eyes. Keep drowning yourself out with all those vices. Or be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Realize that, yeah, what I'm doing isn't good enough, and let it irritate you. Let it be the sand in your shoes that you can't shake out. Let it sit in your mind. Let yourself be uncomfortable with those thoughts that you haven't done enough, that you're being called to more. And the reason why you're still alive right here, right now is because God has a mission, a vision, and a purpose and a plan for your life. But you haven't fulfilled it yet. That's why you haven't left. But if you're breathing, you still got air in your lungs, you can still move your body, you still hear this message, then my friend, you still have time. You still have time to take action right now. This is a call to action, guys. To be brutally honest with where you're coming up short. Write it all down, man. Go watch my videos on how to make a kill list, how to repent, how to change. Then set some very small goals, guys. Maybe for some people it's getting off the couch and going for a walk. Maybe for others it's getting to 6% body fat. I don't know. But the point being is that you guys got to get started, man. That vision that you have for your life, the desire to have that vision is only going to be found when you start taking one step forwards in front of the other, man. When you have that little spark of belief and desire that you can make it. It's possible for someone else. And it's possible for you too, man. If some other human has figured it out, you can too. Stop making this overcomplicated thing, man. The problem is you're in your own way with your own negative self-image, with your own negative habits. But what if you just flipped it on its head? Developed a positive self-image, develop positive habits. Wouldn't your life just completely turn around? So you always got to look at these things inversely, man. It's not as bad as it seems. What if the depression and anxiety and the fear that you had, the failure that you've had, was actually the greatest blessing for you because it gave you the opportunity to learn? Learn one, where you didn't want to be, and learn two, what necessary changes needed to happen. I believe that everything that has been challenging in my life was the biggest blessing for me, guys. More of a blessing than any material or relational success. Because without those failures, without that fear, without those shortcomings, I would never have developed the character, the resilience, the grit, the intensity, the perseverance to build the man who is worthy of having the beautiful relationship or the beautiful family or my beautiful child or my business or whatever area of life that is an absolute positive blessing to me. So you've got to realize, guys, that these things that you're seeing as setbacks, it's actually not, man. It's a slingshot into your goals if you let it. But if you sit back in that for so long and let it beat you up, let it tear you up from the inside, that's the only place where you're going to go, man. Is just 2 steps back all the time. Why me? Poor me. Why is this happening to me? But instead, if you grab your nuts, sack up and sacrifice. Say, I've got more to give, so I'm going to give it. My family need my best. It's not about me. You defeat that limiting beliefs and those limiting excuses, those limiting thoughts in your mind when the alarm goes up at 3 or 4 in the morning. That non-negotiable wake-up time. That, it's all good to make these goals and have these desires and have this drive and this hunger for more. But when you're actually put under the test, when you have the temptations to go and watch that porn, or to go and sleep in, or to go and whatever your vice is, man, reach into the cupboard for those snacks and you've committed to saying, these are my macros, this is my protein, carbs and fat goals. Get invited out. Oh, it's going to interrupt my wake-up time if I go out that night. In that temptation, who are you, man? That's where you see your real level up. It's not about being consistent when times are easy, guys. Everyone can do that. It's about who are you when times are hard. When you don't want to do this stuff, can you still pull it off? See, that's what we have to develop, man, is the grit, is the will, is the desire, is the perseverance. That's why we set non-negotiable wake-up times. That's why we set difficult habits. All these things that build us positively at the same time are challenging, and that's good. Our mindset is we want it to be challenging. We push ourselves to failure and beyond in the gym, not just to build the muscle and create the desire for growth, the demand for growth that we fuel with the correct rest and nutrition, but also develops a mindset. If you can sit in the pain and be aware of what it's doing for you, it's building someone who can overcome what's hard. And then when you finish the training, you go into the diet phase for the rest of the day, or your other personal development habits like journaling or reading or expanding on your business knowledge or communication metrics, whatever you're working on to develop yourself. You've already done it once in the day before you overcome pain. It means that when the temptation comes, you don't give into it. You don't cave. Instead, you say no. And that voice inside strengthens every single time that you listen to it and you respect it. It's saying, hey man, if I jump on my phone right now and doom scroll when I'm feeling like I've had an argument with the person who I love, or there's a difficult situation at work, if I just doom scroll it away, I get this quick hit of dopamine, or maybe I'll go drink a coffee when I've got this problem at work, and instead of sitting down and just solving it, just doing the work. And the more and more you say, no, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna find a way, not find an excuse. The faster you can get your work done, the faster you get your results, the faster you have self-confidence, and it's a snowball effect that builds on itself every single repetition. And that's why I say, guys, you push past failure one time in the gym, just that one time, and it gives birth to this belief and confidence that is unrivaled to anything else. You finally have tasted the other side of what it means to believe in yourself, of what it means to face your fears head on and overcome them. And then when you've tasted that, you can't help but look for every other area of life that's holding you back, because you've done it one time already, you know you can do it again. That's the first place you try it, man. And then you just stack up all the things that you've been running from your entire life. And you say, motherfucker, I'm gonna get this shit too. I'm gonna go after every single one of these things that held me back for so long. Whether it be your confidence with approaching girls, whether it be building that business that you've got these 100,000 ideas in your head that only you can pull off in this particular way, that you know it was gifted to you. Play the instrument. I don't know, man. Whatever has been calling out to you, but you haven't been able to achieve it because you haven't had the character worthy of stewarding it, looking after it correctly. But if you come first to God, you lay it all out. You say, God, I'm sorry for wasting my time. I'm sorry that I have squandered the opportunities you gifted me. Please forgive me. Please restore me. Please help me figure this out. Please help me develop the character that I need to achieve this mission. Please help me. I want to know you deeper. God is going to answer that prayer every single time, man. Repent, lay all your sins at the cross, and then leave him there. Jesus heals the woman at the well. Get up, go and sin no more. Leave it there, it's done. What's next, guys? God sees you as that clean slate, that white, pure canvas. He sees you as Jesus. He sees you as that is it. It's a wrap. Your sin is done. No longer will those vices hold you back. Instead, now you can attack your goals with belief, a new self-image, a new self-confidence. You're no longer looking at yourself through the lens of that failure that you once were, or looking at yourself through that habitual construct of vices that destroyed your mind. No, you renew it with Christ. You ask for your mind to be renewed with Christ, and you physically put in the daily discipline habits of reading the Bible and prayer, so that you do renew your mind with Christ, because you get to know who he is through his written word and through praying. Then what? That's it. It's just a matter of time until you hit your goals. And what are the goals, guys? It starts with the character, being a man worthy of achieving and keeping his goals. You focus on the who, not the how, not the what, the who. Who do you need to be? Then it's the how. How will I get there? Well, I break it down into like 7 or 8 habits. You wake up early, stick to it every single day. Try and go to bed at the same time every single day. I get that things change, but you try your best. The more non-negotiable you are for a period of time, the faster you can find the variables that try and knock you off that path. The faster you can attack those variables with extra discipline or more diligence. You can figure out the solutions more. The more non-compromising you are on the macros, the faster you'll get your results. So you got your wake up time, your bedtime, the macros, water intake, training intensity, like every single session is your last, tracking your training, tracking your food. So you know what you're doing is working or it's not. Try it for a long enough period of time without seeing the results in the mirror. Develop that lifter's intuition, the mind-muscle connection, the awareness of whatever it is you're doing. Is it having the intended outcome? Get a coach if you need one. Have someone looking over your shoulder. Get yourself a training partner. Battle yourself in perfection. These very small habits, guys, stack up to a lifetime of personal development, where any arena in life that you want to excel in, you can take on and you can absolutely rip it. You can smash it. Whether it be relationships, business, whatever, fitness, who cares? Any industry, any aspect. The principles remain the same. It's hard work, your work ethic, your discipline, your dedication. How long can you endure suffering and pain to see it all the way through until you learn the lessons and get through to the growth on the other side? I love it, man. I love that I was not handed a single thing in this life, man. I love that I've had to work for every business I've built, for my body where I've came from, starting training at 69 kilos, being completely like a Jack in the Beanstalk. I was the beanstalk before I became jacked. To years of grit, blood, sweat, tears, broken back, injuries and stuff. To develop my mind and my body into something that's unbreakable and unstoppable. You know, it doesn't always get easier, guys, but you get stronger and you deal with those challenges in a far more positive way. But that's the thing, man, is that you don't want it to get easier. You want it to get harder so you can always grow. Because without having the challenge, without having things that are struggling, well, there's no reason to fight. And that's the problem, is that you guys don't want to have the struggle, therefore you get comfortable, therefore you get complacent. And is comfort not the enemy of yourself in every single area of all these vices I've talked about so far, guys? Whether it's sitting on the couch, watching those movies, wasting your time, watching that porn, sleeping around, whatever it is, man. It's like, you know it. It's comfortable, it's easy to get. But the cost of that is your soul. Good things to reflect on, man. And the earlier you get up, the more you journal, the more you pray, the more you spend time by yourself, trying to figure out these problems of life, the more you'll understand what I mean, the more you'll understand what I'm talking about, and the more sense this will make to you. Because at the end of the day, man, you'll see, it wasn't about everyone saw you. It was about how you saw yourself. It was about the belief that you had in yourself. It was about, did you answer the calling that God's placed in your life or not? And when you start walking in these steps of just personal development, positively changing your life, even if you're not perfect, man, who cares? You're chasing perfection. So you end up somewhere excellent. And by doing that, you figure out what life's all about. You figure out so much about yourself, and you make the plan. You make it adjustable to your life, because There's no universal path for individual success, guys. It takes little tweaks here and there. It's not always a straight path or a linear path. There's ups and downs. You got to find a way to coast like with 100% intensity, but ride the wave through it. So how do you do that? You start when it's difficult. You start when it's not optimal. You start when you have no money. You start when you don't know the perfect meal plan, the perfect training plan, the perfect wake up time, perfect bedtime. You try and you track and you reflect and you change until you get it. That's the thing, guys. You have to be willing to fail, willing to endure that suffering, willing to be embarrassed if you want the permanent change. That's what I got for you guys today, man. If you need my help, send me a message somewhere or whatever. Just keep watching more videos. I got your back, guys. I'm back on this. I love you all. Let's get it.